What's up, guys? So I'm going to do the video on calorie control, portion control, and staying in a calorie deficit. Okay, so again, it's not great. Not going to look great on the camera because everything's backwards. So we'll look at this video in the mirror, and then you'll see everything. But anyway, so how I usually suggest people kind of focus on their nutrition is to focus on their calorie intake. Okay, so the most important thing is your calorie intake. We want to stay in a calorie deficit. After that, it's your macronutrients, micronutrients, meal time, and supplements. Then after that, okay, that's the level of importance of everything. Everything goes back to calories. Everything goes back to calories, no matter what, no matter what. So any diet you've ever tried, as I said before, any diet you have ever tried, whether it be Weight Watchers, whether it's paleo, whether it's low carb, high carb, whatever it is, it's all about restricting your calorie intake. I'm just erasing stuff on the board now. All right. So two methods that I suggest for most people is obviously I like people to use MyFitnessPal. That works well for me. It works well for some people, but not everybody finds it easy enough to stick to. So another method of tracking your calories or staying in a calorie deficit is using your hand, okay? And this might be easier for everybody. So if you're making a meal for the family, you just measure your portions using your hand, okay? So your open hand should be the size of your protein serving, okay? If you are measuring out your carbs, it's a cupped hand, okay? Your veg, a fistful, okay, about the size of your fist, and then if you're having any fats, it's just the size of your thumb. The reason that I'm suggesting using your hand is because it's proportionate to your own body, okay? So unless you have some type of giganticism, you're not going to have massive hands. Your hands are going to be proportionate to the size of your body. So if you're a smaller person, you're going to have small hands, okay? If you have small hands, that's generally proportionate to the size of the rest of your body. So we want to use our hands to measure our food. So again, protein source, carbs cupped, fistful for your veg, and a small thumb for your fats, okay? That's generally what we're looking for when we're looking to stay in a calorie deficit. So if we stick to those measurements for our meals, then we're generally going to stick to a calorie deficit. It's easier when you're going out to eat in restaurants. Just make sure you get your sauces on the side, because those are extra calories that you're going to find hard to add up during the day. You don't have too much of those hard to add up kind of calories. So sauces and kind of things like that. We want to make sure that we have good quality foods, as I said in the previous video. So the higher the quality, so if we're going for a nice fresh veg, it's going to have lower calories. We want to have a good variety of color in our vegetable choices. We want to have a good variety of protein sources, so chicken, beef, lamb. Have a good mix of everything. Go for a leaner cut, so it's always lower calorie. So if you're going for, say, like bacon or rashers in the morning, go for turkey bacon, turkey rashers, that type of stuff. Lower calorie sources, higher protein sources. We want to make sure that we have good protein sources with every meal and a good variety of veg. We don't want to cut out anything necessarily, as long as we're sticking to a good ratio of 80 to 20, so 80% good quality foods, 20% lower quality, then we should be okay. But always try and go for the lower calorie options. So if you're going for sandwiches and bread, go for slimbos or thin slices and stuff like that, and try not to go overboard with the carbohydrates, because that's where we're going to overeat a lot of the time, okay? So simply put, we want to control our portion size. So based off of the calories that we're given, we can control it using MyFitnessPal and tracking stuff on that, or if you don't like using that, just portion out your meals using your hands. So for your dinner, for your breakfast, say you're having, a small fry for breakfast, you can have, turkey rashers, you can have some eggs, fried mushrooms, tomatoes, spinach, maybe have an omelette, that type of stuff. And again, using your hand as a way of kind of measuring out your portion control. Okay, guys, I'm going to leave it that for this video. I'm not going to do too many today to overload you, but we're going to go over, if there's more details again that you want me to cover, just let me know. I'll do a video on it. I'll talk to you about it in person, and then in the future, if you have any questions, you can always refer back to these videos, okay? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the gym. Later.